Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some cards. I'm going to show you some cards that I recently picked up at a card show in Kansas City. But before I do that, I want to remind everybody that Hobby Palooza is coming up on June 23rd. And those of you that follow my channel and follow some other people know that this Hobby Palooza is like 24 hours of nothing but baseball card videos on For Collectors channel. And I finally get the opportunity this year to be on with Baseball Collector. He's the original guy that started Hobby Palooza during COVID because we weren't able to go to the national or a lot of card shows. So he came up with an idea of 24 hours nonstop baseball card content. Well, I get to be on there with him, and we're going to do our Showcase Showdown at 5 o'clock, Sunday the 23rd. Now, our Showcase Showdown is going to be Mickey Mantle. So get on there live with us. Get your mantles out and get them ready, because I know a lot of you have a better showcase of mantles than Mike and I, than Baseball Collector and I probably put together. But it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be on For Collectors. Get on there, subscribe to that channel, and wait for it to come on. So this past weekend, I got to go to a card show with a buddy of mine, Brent, who's a huge collector. He's got some great sets on the PSA set registry, where he's really high up on a few things. And we got to go together, and it was not a huge show, and it didn't have a ton of vintage there, but it did have some, and I bought some. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some of those cards. And then I'm also going to show you at the end of this some cards that I picked up during the week. So let me turn this camera around and show you some cards. Now, I picked up a new card. I am collecting Bobby Witt. Now, I don't prospect much. Used to, but I don't do much. And that is a 2021 Bowman Chrome Bobby Witt. Now this one I want to have a little fun with, because I picked up this Bobby Witt card. And if you can see on that, I text Orlando. And I am so glad I'm not sending this stuff in to get graded myself. I'm glad I'm picking them up, because when I send in stuff, it's usually to SGC, and it's usually the old vintage stuff that I get to go, 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, card number 311. Done, period. That's all I do. Send that in. That's how I write it down. Well, I text Orlando. Here's what I told Orlando I picked up. I picked up a 2022 Bowman Bobby Witt Jr. Chrome Prospect Fuchsia Lava Refractor. Just think, if I had to send that in to get graded, I'd have to type all that stuff in, and oh my gosh, it would have wore me out. So let me turn this back around. So I picked up one of my favorite players playing today, and that's Salvador Perez, and this is his prospect card. And I did not have his rookie card. I don't believe I had his rookie card. I'm going to have to check and see. But I picked up this 2011 Bowman Chrome Salvador Perez. Now, I picked that up because I think Salvador Perez is going to be a Hall of Famer someday, or at least he's hitting some of those numbers and he's showing off a little bit. Now, some cards that I picked up or got in the mail. No, I'm going to show you one more I picked up from the show. When you go to a show in Kansas City, you pick up a George Brett rookie card. Now, I have a few George Brett rookie cards, but this guy that was selling, he had a run of about 7 or 8 George Bretts, and I almost bought them all because he had a 1, he graded a 1, a 1.5, a 2, a 2.5, a 3, a 5, and something else. And I thought, okay, I got to pick up a George Brett while I'm here, and so I did. So 2 more cards that I picked up through the mail over the week. They came back, and I really like them. See what you guys think. This 1957 Larry Doby. I really like that card. And then I picked up a 1948 baseball great, Rogers Hornsby. Now, I like this card. I'm starting to like the exhibit cards. I used to not like any of the bigger cards, the larger cards, because they just didn't fit in my collection. Now I'm finding a little bit of room for them because I'm going after a few exhibit cards. I kind of like the way they look. If you get exhibit cards, it's usually a less expensive way to get some of the great players, and that kind of stuff. Now, I know there was a little bit of new stuff there, a little bit of vintage stuff. But the card show was fun. Hanging out with Brent was a good time. Remember Hobby Palooza on June 22nd and 23rd. And remember, guys, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.